What up, everybody? Big D rolling back at you. We got another great show. Hey, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, please. Your support goes a long way in helping keeping the algorithm appreciated. Man, I gotta tell you, I'm excited for tonight's show, but I've got my link tree there. Go support my advertisers, sponsors, and preferred retail partners. They help continue to keep all the programs, and your support can continue to help make that happen. Use the exclusive promo codes in there to save your. Use it. It's there. It's there for you. Reminder: I don't take a kickback from any of those affiliates. I don't. I chose to get the bigger discount to pass on to you guys out there, so I don't take any kickback because I am a man of the people, for the people, by the people. You anointed me that, so I'm you to have that happen. Also, Dallas Smokefest coming up November. As an ambassador to it, so I will be back out there in Dallas. Make sure you go hit up Dallas live review. VIP the VIP first, so go get in on it. Go take advantage of it. Go get the VIP tickets. Hanging out with something special, but I will be there, and I'll be at some of the events, so let's make it happen. Anyway, my guest tonight, Ultra Boutique Cigar Crafter. He does a fantastic job. He makes wonderful treats of the mouth hole. He had a cigar that dropped last year that was in my top 10. He won a Drooly Award with heavy metal, and he's back this year with a brand new drop called Label Boy. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Anyway, so let's bring him on, the one, the only, Bune from Bunny Droppings. Mr. Bune, the man, the myth, the legend.
What's cracking? What's up, man?
It's good to have you on, man. So welcome back to the program. It's been a couple years since you've been on the main show. You have been on the Tuesday show before, but glad to bring you back on, and glad to have you on with your brand new drop, Label Boy, for this year, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. I think that Tuesday show, if I remember correctly, that got a little weird, yeah?
Yeah, well, yeah, Brandy has to make everything weird.
Yeah, I was there for it though, man. I was digging it.
It was your style of show.
Yeah.
So I will hand it off to you for a formal introduction of yourself, the brand, and everything for those who may not know about Bunny Droppings.
Cool. Well, first things first, I'm Bune, aka Bunny Boy, aka Justin, if you want to go by my government name, of Bunny Dropping Cigars. You may not recognize me. How other people's opinion is a preconceived thought. Like, I'm sure there's people out there that when they were new to cigars were told that Gurkhas were horrible cigars, so they never even bothered trying it. And
Sure.
they've gone their whole cigar smoking life saying that Gurkha sucks. But they don't know if it sucks. And that's how we kind of fall into this preconceived. Yeah, there you go. But then there's other markets out there that just go ape shit for other products. And we need to remember that we're not the only caboose in the chair,
This is a Ecuadorian Habano wrapper?
That is, yep.
Okay. San Andreas binder, or is it in the filler?
There is San Andreas in there, yep.
All right, I taste it. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this cigar. It's very good. It's got that it's got that punch and bitterness that I like in the San Andreas, and it's like it's somewhere in here, either in the binder or in the filler. I can taste it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Weber, I mean, I'll be completely honest with you. I had no say in, well, I wouldn't say no say, but basically, Weber had just a blank slate for the most part. I mean, we had some boundaries, but we kind of just let him do his thing because why wouldn't we? And yeah, I mean,
You've worked with
I
him.
was,
You've worked with him on other blends too, correct?
yeah, oh yeah, for sure, yeah. Like what he did with Bune in 2023, that was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Such a good cigar.
I mean, I've been a big fan of yours for a while. You know, I enjoy, one, the marketing aspect of how you tap into a lot of insider knowledge within the cigar industry, but also pop culture.
Yeah.
You really do a good job. That's why when I saw the name of this Label Boy, I already knew. I didn't need to ask. Literally I started laughing. I'm like, that's hilarious. I go 95% of the people out there aren't going to understand what about that. They're not going to know. But the 5% who do, they're going to find it hilarious.
Well, my official statement on Label Boy is, that you should not be defined by labels or the what's what in the industry and culture at this point. And don't kind of fall for that. I mean, that's why, and ironically, like this is by far the best dressed cigar we've ever done. I mean, the box has a leather handle, to look like a purse, like. But don't fall for that. You didn't even get one of these boxes.
I didn't.
You
I
just got
didn't. I got it in a smart pack.
Mm-hmm. So you can't always fall for the flashy gimmicking, marketing and all that stuff.
That's
but
right. Just because you put a goofy, funny label on it doesn't mean that it's a quality cigar out there.
Or vice versa. Just because we put a latex glove with the middle finger being lubricated doesn't mean that it's not going to be a serious cigar.
I just took the band off. Even more hilarious because I just saw the fedora.
Yeah,
even more hilarious. I didn't know what that was at first, but now that I got the label, even more hilarious. That is funny, man. That is funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of Label Boy.
Do you ever sit back and look at some of your stuff, because most of what you do it is single run, small batch out there, thinking about, man, maybe we should bring something on as more of a regular run or a core line cigar?
We have. I've thought about that a lot. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, our Maduro on our core line is a previous limited edition blend in a slightly different size. But like bringing back, like, let's say like BBW, for instance, like bringing that back into regular production, I'm not going to do it.
No, I wasn't thinking of something like that, but I was thinking, going back to last year's drop, Heavy Metal. Like, I love that cigar. Like it's such a phenomenal smoke. It was a top 10 cigar for me last year. And thinking about that, like I can't get them anymore because it's sold out. So,
Mhm.
you know, something like that, bringing that into the fray of being like a regular run or at least a semi-annual run.
Yeah, well, and like we did that with Wabbit season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wabbit season traditionally wasn't designed to be a rerun or what you will. And to be honest, like we do a version of Wabbit season every other year.
Sure.
Um, it's not the same blend. It's just the same style of cigar, kind of in the same brain waves of that cigar. But and like we brought back BW for 2.0.
2.0, which was very good.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. Like I feel I know how collectors are, and I know how brand loyalists are, um, and I feel like they get rewarded for being a a beneficial and loyal
Mm-hmm.
consumer base by bringing something back that they paid attention to when it was dropping, probably overextended a little bit and got more than they wanted or were maybe comfortable with because they knew that they weren't going to be able to get it after that. By bringing it back, I feel like I'm kind of punishing those people, and I don't want to do that. So it's just kind of like, get it, enjoy it, hold on to some, and if you don't, my best advice is make friends with someone who did, um, and wait for the next one. I mean,
I bought quite a bit of the heavy metal after we had you on the Tuesday show last year, and it was such a great smoke. And so I went and bought another 10 pack, and then I saw that they were down to they had like 2 or 3 10 packs left, and so I bought another one just because I'm like, this is such a good cigar. And I could for a while I was smoking one like every couple weeks. Like when I'd have a day where I'm not doing any content, that was like my cigar of choice to sit down and smoke because it was so good.
that's awesome, man. Yeah, I think I probably smoked like 50 of that finished product. Um, and that's kind of my problem too. Is I don't have a whole lot of our older stuff because I have good intentions on holding some back, and then I'm either hitting up, like some of the late bloomers, whatever, and they're like, "Yeah, I missed it. But is there anywhere I can get it?" So some leaks out there, and then me, my ADHD, like I can't collect stuff. I can't hold on to stuff. Um, so I just smoke it.
I I'm not one that holds on to a lot of stuff either because I'm under the mentality that it is meant to be smoked. But I have some stuff that I've held on to because I'm like, this is a special cigar. I'll smoke it, but it's gonna need. I'm gonna have to have a really good reason to smoke it. Like last year
Yeah.
when after my dad died, and I had that rare 13 that Carlito put out that was a promo cigar, only 250 made. If you weren't at the event, you didn't get one.
Yeah.
And like I
Yeah.
had people have offered me up to $500-600 just for that cigar, but
Mhm.
I kept it. I go, nah, I think I'm gonna need to smoke this at some point. And then after my dad died, I I felt that was the perfect opportunity to light that cigar up, just because I know Carlito. I don't know him on like, hey, we're like BFFs, but
Sure.
I know him. I know how much his dad meant to him and what
Yeah.
family meant. And I go, this is the perfect opportunity to smoke this cigar. And I did.
100%,
and it was phenomenal.
100%.
I'll never be able to smoke another one ever again. But it was one of those, this feels like the right time to smoke one of these once in a lifetime cigars.
Well, and that event is also thankfully never going to happen again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's what once in a lifetime cigar to celebrate a lifetime of living is. I mean, I can't think of a better time to smoke.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I was just because after my mom called me and I was bummed out and rather emotional all day. And when I got home from work, I'm like, I saw that cigar and I'm like, it's time. I just knew it. I came, and then I came down and, to reflect, and it was like, yeah, I think I'm like, you know what? This was the right choice. This was the perfect cigar to smoke for this.
Yeah.
I'm not one that either, but I've got a couple of other cigars that are once in a lifetime smokes that I know that I'll light up they'll get lit up here at some point.
And there you go, man. It is a consumable product after all. So
they are meant to be smoked. I never understood people that hoard all that stuff and like, oh, I can't, because I'm like, who cares, man? Enjoy it. That's what it's here for. It's to be enjoyed. And
you're not going to go leverage your cigar collection to go get a down payment on a mortgage. So, but some people do look at it as a viable asset instead of a consumable product, and to each their own. But I'm a cigar smoker before I'm a cigar collector. 100%.
Yeah, I'm a smoker.
Yeah,
and I give away so much stuff out there, that it's just like I know I'm never going to be able to smoke all this. I'd rather give it to people who will enjoy it and will smoke it, because I know I don't have the time for it. I wish I did, but I don't. And with having a lot of manufacturers send me a lot of stuff, it's just like I'm going to keep what I need to do content, and I'm just going to give the rest away, because I know a lot of people out there probably won't have the opportunity to smoke this, or it's not going to be available, or it'll sell out quick. So I'll just give it away to people so that way they can enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. So you heard it here first. If you miss a Bunny Droppings release, Daniel is the friend to make friends with. In it. There you go.
Yes, just watch my birthday show, because that's where everything gets gets given away. All the humidors, all the accessories, all the cigars. I give it all. I give it all away. Come celebrate my birthday with me, and you'll. And I make it clear to everybody, you can win multiple times, but if you've hung out in the stream and you did not win and want something, I will send you something, because I don't want anybody that hung out that didn't win to feel like oh man, I didn't get it. No, man, if you want something and you didn't win anything, I'll send you something.
So your birthday is more like your viewer's birthday.
Yeah, it's for me. It's a thank you to everybody who has supported me over the last 6 years, because I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for all the people out there. And of course, it's not a birthday unless I bring Mimi on with me.
Yeah.
So I got Mimi on with me. We give away everything. And Mimi gives away stuff from when she was with Black Star Line, she gave away Black. Now she's with Casa de Sueños. Last year, she gave away like five packs of Casa de Sueños stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. anybody who wants to win something will win. I don't want somebody who watches feel like they were left out because somebody won 2 or 3 times. I'm like, nah, if you didn't win anything and you want something, I'll send you something. That way everybody leaves a winner.
And just for the people taking notes here, when is your birthday?
October 28th. So Monday, October 26th is the birthday bash extravaganza out there. Yeah, so it'll be me and Mimi again for the 5th year in a row.
I like it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate your kind words.
So you ripped any cards lately? I wanted to get some packs and do a little rip while we were on the show because I know you're into that.
No, I really haven't been doing a whole lot I've been buying individual stuff, and I picked up a lot of. Yeah, I've picked up a lot of. I spend a lot of money the last 2 weeks on some stuff.
Yeah, my son, he's real big into basketball and Pokemon right now. So he's like master setting all these Pokemon sets, and we didn't get any of the update, the NBA update stuff. So
yeah,
no debut patches here, but
yeah, I just find that it's I can just buy what I want out there, and
you'll save a lot of money that way.
Yeah, I have that, and I kind of took a lot of that in the last year, and then I started consigning for other people to kind of offset a lot, and then I do pre-grading for people to make some extra money, and then I do grading submissions for people. So I've kind of tried to offset a lot of what I spend on. So it's like I spend a lot, but it's like, okay, well, people have a lot of cards and they want to get rid of it, but they don't want to deal with they don't want to deal with taxes. They don't want to deal with shipping. So it's like, well, yeah, man, send it to me, man. I charge 5% commission. That's you won't find it any low, and you don't have to deal with the taxes. I take care of all that stuff. Everything that's, this way you can get your money you want, or roll it over into bank that money with me to have cards, me look at them for pre-grading, or roll it over into a submission for grading.
You should like, do you do card restoration at all?
No, man. I don't want to touch any of that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Because then you'd be like the holy grail. You'd be like the full package. You could restore it, pre-grade it, grade it, consign it.
No, I'll clean the card up. I'll work on pressing edges if I think our edges and
but you're
corners.
Not like buffing and all that.
Yeah, I'll clean it up. You'll get a soft rag with distilled water, and I'll clean it up. I'll get all the smudges off of it. I'll try and work out roller lines out of it, and stuff that can be worked out. I'll work that stuff out of it. I'll press corners and edges if I feel like I can get those back to try and help the grade out, but that's as far as I'll go.
Well, yeah, because more commission for you, right? Higher grade.
Yeah, I mean, if they grade it and then they want to sell it, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. But I spent a lot of money the last couple of weeks on a couple cards, man. I was like, I shouldn't have, but I wanted them. It is for me. It's not that it's not for me to try and buy and gem it out and then flip it. Like, these were for my personal collection.
I like it. Yeah, see, I can't even collect cards, man. Because if I do get something cool, I'm just like, oh, look, a utility bill, or whatever, or more packs for more dopamine. Like, I just chase the dopamine.
Yeah, can't do it. Uh, as expensive as it's gotten out there, it's just not for me. Retail's not worth it, and hobby is way too expensive.
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
I just
Hobby,
like
you almost got to go in with like 4 buddies.
you got to buy into a break from a breaker, you know,
Yeah, but then
and then
and hope that
you
they're
got to take the
honest and
chance that you get a good team,
yeah, and
you
hope
know.
that they're honest about it.
Yeah, I occasionally will buy into breaks, but you know, problem is then I usually get saddled with a team that has no chase to it. So now it's
Yeah,
like, oh, now there's no point in me even watching this break
right.
because
Yeah,
I guess
you're like
like,
just mail me my base cards, whatever.
yeah, it's like, yeah, no. It's like I'll just buy it on. I have numbers and I won't go above it. And that's the thing. Like when you're bidding on eBay, some people are like, I gotta
Yeah,
have no matter me. It's like, all right, I'm looking at the card. I'm like, okay, this card looks like it has potential. I'm gonna go only to this price and nothing, no more. And if it goes above it, okay, whatever, man.
yeah.
I'm not bidding up any higher on it to get it. You know, it's
And you
like,
got to be able to go to sleep at night knowing that you didn't get it. You
yeah,
lost about a penny.
and I'm okay, and I'm all right with that.
Yeah,
Because I'm not out there trying to buy something rare. I put my focus more on low end parallels, stuff that it 3 4 bucks, chance
yeah,
to gem up. All right, because this way I'm into a card for no more than $20 if I get it graded. No more than $20. If it gems out, cool. I'll probably flip it for 35, $40. So I make $20. 10,
yeah.
$20.
And if you lose the auction, there's more of them out there. It's not
Yeah,
like a
and there's
101
more of
or
them out
anything.
there. So I'm not overly concerned. I tend to not go. I have who I PC, and so I kind of like I'll spend the money on that.
Yeah. All right. So back to cigars. What do you think so far? Tell us the honest truth. Because I'll be honest with you, last podcast I was on, I got flame broiled. Um, so you can flame broil me again if you'd like.
No,
Um, it's
I enjoy it. I enjoy I enjoy it. It's really nice. Um, you know, there's nuances to this cigar that I really like uh, to it. So yeah, no flame broil on it. I'm enjoying this cigar. Let's put it that way.
cool. Well,
You know,
that's the whole point. Yeah.
I know from being a fan of yours and what you make out there that I can expect highs and lows with each drop. That
Hmm.
at yeah, it's a good cigar, but again, it's like okay, it's more on the lower end of what I'd expect, and then there's some of the stuff that you put out. It's like boom, it blows my mind. Heavy metal blows my mind. The original BBW blew my mind.
Well, we are
That
human, right? And
yeah,
you know, that's the beautiful thing about this industry is not everything or every time is going to be a home run, and it's not going to be a home run for everyone. We were
no,
just talking about this in the green room. So.
yeah. I I love I really love the retro on this smoke. Like phenomenal.
That's I kind of always try to worry about. Retro is a big important factor for me. Construction, and then I go back and forth with the way I feel about transition. Um, a cigar that has transitions, it's important, and I see where people would want that because it's kind of like a bonus, like getting 3 different cigars in one. But what if you really, really like the first third? Do you need it to transition? Are you okay with just smoking something that you really enjoy for
Yeah,
the entirety of the cigar?
if the flavors were good
Hmm.
and it just hits, yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I don't need to have transit like I tell like people are like, oh, I only like this, and I'm like, look, I'll smoke a mild cigar if the flavors are popping. If the flavors are good, I don't care. I don't care that it's mild. You know, I don't need to be blown. I also don't need to be blown out in every smoke. I don't
there's a
need to
time and a
have.
place too, right?
Yeah, like I
8 in the
don't need
morning,
every
I'm not
cigar
smoking
to
triple
be.
Lajero.
Yeah, like I don't need to get blown out with almost every smoke like AJ or Espinosa. You
Yeah,
know, where it's just
Martin. Yeah,
where it's a pepper and spice balm every time, where my nasal cavity is melting from a retro.
yeah,
I don't need that every time. But if the flavors pop, I'm fine with it. Doesn't matter what the body is. Doesn't matter how
yeah,
strong the cigar is. I care more about the flavors.
yeah. I agree.
You know, I'm at the halfway mark. And here we talked about, you talked about transition. Now I'm picking up the first transition in the cigar at the halfway mark.
Yeah,
But one thing that's been consistent up there is the retro's been fantastic.
cool. Yeah, I probably retro maybe a little bit more than I should. Um, I don't know if that's like the ex cigarette smoker in me. Um, but I mean, it's important because it's a totally like that's really your true
Yeah.
taste buds. And so if you're not retroing, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice because you're not truly tasting the cigar.
No, you're missing out on a whole nother section of that flavor profile. And I understand some people don't retro, and I get it, and some people have nasal issues which
Hmm.
prohibits them from doing it. But if you have the ability to do it and you don't, then that's on you, man. If you say you don't like
Yeah,
a smoke, you know, I can understand. You know, I can find something enjoyable in every cigar that I smoke, even if it's not for me. There's
sure.
usually something that I like. I can pick out that I liked in a cigar, and usually it ends up being the retros. Like, okay, I didn't care for the flavor on the palate, but the retro was phenomenal. It was great. Like that's the saving grace, or you know, in it, and that works both ways. Where I've had cigars where the retros have just been, ugh, but the flavor on the
Yeah,
palate's great. But when you can get both, yeah, that's a complete
yeah, home
cigar.
run. Yeah, yeah. I think I'd rather have a palate disappointing cigar with a good retro than a good palate with a poor retro. If that makes any sense at all.
Sure.
Um,
Hey, you got to give the people something, you know. I've had,
yeah,
you know, I had a brand send me a tester on something they're working on, and that was one thing I went back to them. I go, the flavor on the palate is just, it's just not there, man. Like it's just, but the retro's fantastic. I'm like, if the goal is to have just a retro lover's dream cigar, perfect.
yeah.
This is it. Like this is it. But if
Just
you're
make it a
looking
lot
for like,
smaller.
yeah, if you're looking for like an all around where palate, mouth and nasal flavors are great, this isn't it, man. Like I don't know how far along you are in this cigar, but I can tell you, I didn't care for what I didn't care for the flavors on the palate, but I love the retro. So you got to kind of distinguish what this cigar is, you know.
Yeah,
And I've had plenty of those out there, and I've had guests on the show who've said like, yeah, it's not gonna be probably great on the palate, but when you retro, that's what I was going for. And I'm like, I can respect that in a cigar.
as long as I mean, cigars in nature, like they're craft, you know, and so as long as whoever was rolling that cigar and crafting that cigar accomplished what they were setting out to do, then mission accomplished in my book. I mean, it's a form of artistic expression,
Of
and
course, but you know,
it's not gonna be for everyone, but if
but
they're satisfied,
you're also you know, for you do a lot with Ventura. You know, he's
yeah,
you know, look, the dude knows more about cigars in his pinky than most of us will ever know in our brain. You know,
Yeah, the guy knows ball for sure.
Yeah, it's there. He reputable.
Yeah.
He's been doing this forever. He has access to some of the best tobacco money can buy. He's got a great manufacturing facility there in the DR. He's got great people who work for him, you know. And you're just not the only person that he makes for, you know, he makes for a lot of people. And so, you know, he's also putting a lot of his reputation on the line when it comes to the manufacturing that
100%.
you know, gotta make I gotta make a high quality cigar. Just not for you, but for everybody.
Yeah, because I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've worked with manufacturers who were like, hey, for whatever reason, you know, they're like, this is like, we'd like this to remain an undisclosed origin or whatever, right? And like, I can respect that because I know that some manufacturers do that because by making a one-time run of 1,000 cigars, 2,000 cigars, that's a huge favor, and that's not something that they're wanting to be known that they're doing for someone because they don't want to sit there and have 10 guys be like, hey, make me 1,000 cigars.
Yeah.
So I can understand that aspect of them, but no, Weber's like, yeah, stamp my name all over that shit. I don't care.
Yeah.
I got nothing to hide. Like,
yeah, no. He puts his reputation out on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he does a fantastic job, and he does a great job with everybody that he works with.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So yeah, I've noticed for me now at this where I'm at the halfway mark, because that transition hit, and now I'm having a much more enjoyable experience on the palate with this cigar than what I was before. Again, it wasn't bad. It just I was waiting for something to kind of go, oh, okay, now, I've hit that now.
Yeah, in my opinion, the first third is a little bit bolder and maybe more.
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
white pepper.
To me, it was a bit. That first half of that cigar was a bit one dimensional for me, other than the retro. Where the retro was like, man, okay,
yeah.
You know, now that I'm
getting a little creamy, nutty kind of stuff by this point.
And now that I'm at this halfway mark, now that flavors are the flavors on the palate are popping. I'm enjoying those flavors, and now you add in that with the retro. Now I'm getting this. Ooh, I like it. It's good.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, if you're going to do an homage tribute with the label boy to kind of whom it's about, you should have asked Weber there if you could have if he had any seconds, thirds, and rejects. You could have just bought to slap a funny band on it.
Well, it would have. If I had done that, then I would have had to do like some kind of copyright infringement. You know, rip off a ketchup bottle or something. I don't know.
Oh my god, that could be the next one, cigar copyright infringement.
Yeah. Well, we did cease and desist.
Yeah.
Which was funny because someone thought that it would be so clever to do cease and desist, and it was like, sorry, Simpsons did it. You know what I mean? Like, it's been done already, bud. By this guy.
I love it. I love it. I love the idea behind it. You know, I keep looking at this band and seeing that fedora, and it just keeps making me laugh every time.
You gotta listen to the song.
Like I will listen to the song.
Yeah. Once you listen to that, you'll think it's just 10 times even funnier.
Because you've been doing this for a while out there, when did you kind of get hit with that? Like, I'm actually legit. When did that feeling come to you?
I mean, to be honest with you, like I'm kind of hard on myself, a little bit, and I do things my way. I don't want to rush in, which might be my inevitable downfall. Um, but like there's certain milestones that you hit that kind of give you that gratification or that acknowledgement that you're in the right path and to keep moving. Um, I would say when we did Bune in 23, that was our first like full box product that went to retailers, and so that was a big milestone. And that kind of put a little bit more juice in the tank as far as like, okay, that went really well. It was received really well. Keep going. And then things kind of like fell out a little bit with my mental health and all that, just things going on, and kind of went into the shadows and was like, do I keep going? And um, I'll be honest with you, there's been times where I'm like, get it out. Uh, you're not, you don't have huge amounts of inventory invested, like we're not in 500 stores with 20 SKUs, nothing crazy. But then we do partnerships with and collaborations and licensing deals and stuff like that. And then it's like, I have opportunities that a lot of people in this level of our space don't have or may never have. And that's something to be proud of. So if I was to walk away today, I would be proud of the work I did. There's nothing cooler than seeing people enjoying something that you put thought and sweat and a lot of tears into, and that's kind of makes it all worth it, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think Bune was probably the it forced a lot of doubters in the industry, not like on the consumer side, but in the industry, to acknowledge our existence, because it was a product that came out made by Weber, full box product, select retailers, events, press release, and it was like, okay, this kid's not playing around, like, and it's a legit cigar.
Yeah.
So
I started thinking back um, on that, and for me, like I was excited when I saw that luxury cigar put you in one of their monthly boxes. Like I for that, and I saw that, and I was like, dude, I was so happy for you when I
I'll
saw
be,
that, man. I was like, dude, that like for a lot of people may not be a big deal, but for a
huge.
small brand like yours, that's massive.
No, it was like yeah. I mean, I don't even know why I didn't think about mentioning that, but that was probably number one with Bune. It's like right up there. I mean, even to this day, like anytime luxury puts me in a box, I I have them send me one of the mailer cards, and I have them all framed in my office, like in order, which they've done. Because you look at, there's 5 cigars on there most of the time, right? Sometimes there's 6, sometimes there's 4 and a lighter or whatever, but 5 cigars, and you look at the brands that I'm sitting next to, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm next to some pretty good company here. And
I
yeah,
look, yeah, I look at this. I've opened it, but I haven't smoked anything out of the July Palladium box. But I see on here with Pastania, Cayman,
hmm,
Wildfire, Don Emanuel, and then Bunny droppings.
yeah,
Per,
yeah,
all fairly small brands out there that
Yeah.
are big. But I mean, the fact that you're put in there and you're mentioned with some of those out there, and you know, we
Well,
both
we've been
know
on there
we
with
both
like,
yeah, we both know Mike from
yeah,
Pastania. Yeah, you know, one of the
yeah,
coolest and awesome dudes
yeah. He's
I've
cool,
ever
dude.
met. You know, I know Jeremy from Wildfire. What an awesome dude.
Also hilarious, dude. Yeah.
Hilarious dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've been like Don Pepin. We were next to a Don Pepin cigar. You know, Caldwell, Herglocks. Like they don't put bullshit in their mailers. I mean, it's a pretty phenomenal mail subscription service
Yeah.
at any level, really. Like even their basic level, you're crushing it.
Yeah. So yeah, for I'm thinking back because I remember I was really happy to see you in that. I'm like, holy cow,
Yeah, that was
man!
awesome.
That like I was like, that's awesome, man. To see, it's like I'm always happy when people who I know and who I have a bit of a relationship with who own something, when something like that happens. Like I'm super excited for them because I'm like,
And
I
it
know how
was
hard you guys work.
our first one with them was actually an exclusive too, which was even cooler. Like when I got that phone call, to get a phone call from Luxury and them saying like, "Hey, essentially, here's what we want. Here's a check that's blank for the most part. Tell us how much it's going to be, but we want it like it has to be done by this date." And if anybody knows anything about the cigar industry, is that never happens. Like if something is supposed to take 8 weeks, put it on the calendar for 16. Be happy when it arrives in 24. Um, so it was a stressful time getting into that first box, making it happen. But totally worth it. I love our relationship with those guys. I think that they're some of the realest dudes out there. And yeah, I mean, it was cool for sure.
It's cool. Yeah, I just kind of saw the card. I had put tossed it out, but I'm like, holy! I it caught my eye. I was like, wow, okay. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
even know. I opened the box, but I actually haven't gone through or smoked anything in that box. So this is like cool. Now I get like an extra treat that I get to smoke your
Yeah.
cigar again in there. Get to smoke a cigar from Jeremy. Like that's cool, you know. And then
Oh yeah,
from
because you didn't pull that one that you're smoking now out of the box, huh?
no, I pulled it out of the pack that from getting because you know you got you know your stuff is also sold through Wolfpack.
Yep.
So and
Yep.
I buy a lot from Wolfpack because I'm
Hmm.
always out there trying to find these small brands that people may have never have heard of that
Yeah.
really don't have a profile anywhere other than on Wolfpack. And I'm like, well, let me see what I get this
Yeah.
brand some more exposure. So I bought this off of Wolfpack.
Nice. Yeah, they're cool dudes over there too, man. I dig it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the thing too, is like I don't want to be, as much as I know that it's necessary for growth at the rate that we need to be growing. I don't want to be in every retailer. Like that's not our goal. That's not something that we want to achieve. I want to have focus on building solid relationships with the retailers that I do work with, because I know like they're gonna rock. If you're carrying my product, I don't want the goal for everyone is not to have it sit on the shelf and rot. Right? The retailer doesn't make any money that way. I don't make any consumer acquisition that way, and no one gets to enjoy my product. What's the point? So I would rather break off, 10 of the homies and say, go knock your region out, like without competition. And it seems to be doing well for them and seems to be doing well for us. So you know, we gradually add a retailer here or there at the pace that we're comfortable doing it, and without affecting my relationships with my day ones.
Sure. Uh,
So,
but I think that's also, I I like to look at it like this. You grow at the pace that you're meant to grow at without forcing
mhm.
that growth on out there. You
Yeah,
know, like you said, you've got great retail partners out there, and then you occasionally add some here or there, but that's where it's at. And a lot of what you do is single run drops. So hey, get it while you can. Why, do you want it? Yes or no? It's a simple question.
but like I feel like there's sometimes where I just do everything so ass backwards. Like I have distribution through Meyer and Dutch, but I'm so like in my own little bubble. Um, it's just weird. I don't know, but it works. So
It but it does work, and and most people can expect that they're going to get a drop from me, at least something drop from you every year. You're
yeah,
working on
yeah,
something to put something out every year, and then ever since, and you do wabbit season every other year, so
yeah,
two drops every other year, and
yeah.
I like that, because I know for me, over the last couple of years, I have what's Justin doing? What's his drop this year? What's coming? Like
Hmm.
I wait every year to see what you're gonna do.
Yeah, and when we were starting out, it was like, all right, let's try to get a drop every quarter out there. Every go heavy on the summers, and I don't know. Like I think that worked and it was fun, but to elevate the product and to elevate the quality and stuff like that, it just takes time. And I don't have the manpower or the bandwidth or the capital to be able to sit here and I mean, this project took 18 months and was in conception for like you know, 3 years. So it's like when it's ready and shut up, you know? Like,
It is,
you, you
but
can't watch water boil. So,
no, but I like it. Like, as a fan of what you do with your blends and your brand, like I like the fact that knowing that once a year I can expect something from you that's going to
yeah,
be that
at least once a year. Yeah.
at least I can expect something, and and I'm a fan, and I like to jump on it when I drops because I know your stuff, it moves quick, it
Yeah.
goes, because you have a very large cult following that you built back a few years ago. So being
Yeah.
able to knowing that I missed a lot of drops because I wasn't quick on it, and they went fast. So it's like, nope, if I see it, I got to get it.
Yeah. And, there's like some people that kind of discovered us later in the game and now are having to like pay the price trying to hunt down some of the older stuff. And I'm right there with them. Like I've bought back previous releases and I've had to pay a premium. Um, I'm like, I know how much you bought that for. I sold it to you. And they're like, well, yesterday's price ain't today's price, sucker. I don't care who made it, you know? And I'm like, fair enough. I get it. So whatever.
Well, yeah. Like I still have the OG Wabbit season. I have one
Yeah.
left in there, and I'm like, well, you know, again,
Is that the
it'll get
oldest cigar
it'll
that
get,
you have of us?
huh?
Is that the oldest release that you have?
Yeah, that's the oldest one I have from you. I've smoked everything
Yeah.
else because, again, they're meant to be smoked. We talked
Right.
about this earlier. That's the oldest one I have out there, and every time I think about smoking it, it's like something ends up happening. It's like I was gonna do it this year for Easter. I was like,
Hmm.
perfect time. I'll smoke this cigar, and then I'm like, and then I end up getting caught. I end up getting caught up with other priorities with brands out there, and it just didn't happen. And it's like, okay, I got to make the time. So next year, it's like, okay,
Well, yeah. What's another year of age? Oh no, you know.
it's like, okay, next year, like I got it on the calendar to get to be like, okay, this is it's gonna get put out there for content next year, because
Yeah,
otherwise it'll just it falls by the wayside when with all the other commitments I have.
I think those landed in December of 2020, and then they released in on April of 21. So those are coming up on
6 years.
6 years. Damn, that's crazy.
I know. I've got the 2021 rabbit season. I got one left, and then I have one 2023 and two 2025s.
I liked the 2025. That was a good one. Little Maduro
I
Alonso. Fox
I bought a fiver of them because
Yeah.
again, support you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. That's always a fun release. It's always a good one. We got to get working on finishing up that one because that's coming around the corner.
It is.
It'll be here before you know it. Yes, sir.
This is a really good cigar, man.
Good, man. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad.
It's really good.
Glad.
Yeah, it's really good. Started out a bit one-dimensional, and then we went into a bit more. And now, as I'm working into the nub, I'm really, really picking up a vibe on it. And the retro has just been fantastic throughout, man.
Yeah, that's important. And like it's important to have a cigar that you don't have to finick with the whole time either. Like, just smoke it. Like, smoking a cigar is supposed to be a leisure activity. I don't want something that I'm having to retouch all the time, or relight, or worry about the ash burning evenly. None of that stuff. Like, I just want a cigar. I light it, and I'll just smoke it till it's done.
It is, and I enjoy just being able to smoke a cigar where it's not work.
Mm-hmm. And, yeah, exactly, 100%.
And yeah. I've carved out 2 or 3 days out of every month to just smoke something I want to smoke that's not work, where I don't have to do content on it. Yeah. Where I can just enjoy a cigar to enjoy a cigar.
So yeah, I was gonna ask you that. Like, have you noticed, or do you make time for yourself? Because now that you're on the content creation side, you've kind of got to pull back the curtain. And I did that for a while too. I got in this little slump where every cigar I was smoking felt like it was work. Like I was analyzing it, like I was thinking about it, or I was having to talk about it or promote it or tweak it or whatever, right? And it kind of took that little shimmer of being a cigar smoker away from me for a long time.
It did, because I'd say there was a 6-month period where I was doing nothing but smoking for content, everything that was coming in from brands, and here we go.
Yeah.
And hey, this content needs to drop during this week, and this has to, hey, and it got to the point where it's like, man, I'm not enjoying smoking the cigar, man. I want to enjoy it. It's like nope. It's like I go through the schedule and I'm just like, okay, I got 3 dates. I got 3 days during this month where I'm just going to smoke what I want to smoke. You're not going to see pictures of it. I'm like, no, I'm just going to enjoy a cigar I want to enjoy. And I've had to do that. And I've cut back a lot on the amount of stuff that I take in from brands, where I'm like, so I can enjoy that, because the other side of it is that a lot of brands are working on stuff and they're sending me stuff that they're in the process of working on from various stages. From
So now they need you to work even more because they're like, we need your help figuring this out.
But I enjoyed that. I enjoy. Like
Yeah.
I enjoy. It's like here you go. Here's 9 different tobaccos and fumas. All right.
Yeah.
We're trying. These are the tobaccos we want to use. We're trying to figure out how these. I like that. Like that, I enjoy. It's like the various stages of where they're working on a cigar. Like I enjoy that. Like I enjoy sending them my notes on what I think about what the blend's doing, and then I enjoy going into a humidor and seeing that cigar. See it. I'm like being like, I had my hand in.
I touched that. I did that.
It's like I see somebody look. I'm like, oh man, that's a really good cigar, man. I think that's like, I don't have to tell anybody that I've worked on any of these cigars. It's just like I know. It's like like I enjoy seeing that.
It is cool to see like how drastically different the starting process is to the final product, and then even more so giving that final product even like 4 weeks of relaxation, acclimation, like whenever we finally get a finished product in that month, I will smoke 4 of them. I will smoke 1 a week, just to see like 1 right off the truck, 1 a week after, 3 a week after that, 4 a week after that, and just even that progression from right off the truck to 4 weeks in, the differences you can pick up on those 4 cigars. I mean, overall, it's the same cigar, but there's just little nuances that change, and so
change.
A lot of times, people are like, I don't advise smoking right off the truck unless you're willing to have another one a week or 2 later, because it's going to be a different cigar.
I was given notes with a brand like for a few months, and then I heard nothing about it. I'm like, I wonder if they scrapped it, because I gave them notes. I was just like, this is what I thought were positives. These are what I thought were negatives about the cigar. This is something I would change this because I don't think that this works throughout the cigar. Heard nothing. And then I got a package in the mail with a bunch of them on it
with the finished product.
Yeah, and it was already finished, right? Like they're gonna drop in like 2 weeks on it. But I smoked it, and I'm like, holy cow! They made the changes I like recommended into the cigar. It's like I emailed back what I thought, and then I heard nothing. And then I got a bundle of them in the mail, and the first one I smoked, I was just like, holy cow! Those were I pulled out my notes that I was writing on. I was like, holy cow, I made 5 suggestions on changes. And they made all 5 changes in that cigar. I couldn't believe it. I was like,
well, that's why they didn't get back to you, because you gave them so much work to do.
I guess, because I was like, I heard nothing. I was like, I wonder if they just scrapped it, because I'm like, I hadn't heard nothing. And then here it was. But it had been almost, the last contact I had on it, it had been probably 12 or 13 months.
Because 5 changes, that's almost a completely different cigar.
I guess so. Look, it wasn't like they were like big changes on the cigar. Sure. Like, on it, it was just kind of like on, one of them was changing up on there, because I'd cut one open to look at the filler and to see it, was making a slight tweak to the filler and just moving just the sliver around, because I was like, I think that's gonna help out on the cigar, and they did. They changed up everything and then brought out. And I'm like, they made all 5 my recommendations. They did it, and I couldn't believe it. It's like, that's not even my cigar. My name's not even on it. Like, that's your cigar. I just gave you my opinion, man. I was like, I didn't expect you to run with everything on it.
Sure.
And then I saw him at Rocky Mountain Cigar Fest. and there they were selling that cigar, and I was just like, they're like, dude, your suggestions were right on, man.
You're like, hey
Thank
guys,
you.
you should buy this. Trust me.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to brag or nothing, but you're buying that fiber there. That's kind of my blend.
Yeah, pretty much.
I kind of, I can, you know, I
Yeah.
kind of created this cigar, but my name's
Yeah.
not
No,
on it.
yeah. I mean, pretty much. And that's what's cool, man. Like the community gets involved. Um, Luxury did that project where
Yeah,
their Discord made a cigar.
and it was a
Um,
really good cigar.
yeah, yeah. So I've heard.
But
I haven't got to smoke it, but
like you and I know quite a few people who were in that Discord,
mhm.
and they have phenomenal palates.
Yeah,
Like there was no way that cigar wasn't going to be good.
sure, yeah.
You know,
I mean,
I'm
but
just
the
like,
thing, but to the same breath, like with that many chiefs, like that much input from that many different people, like how do you accommodate?
I
And
I think the most part, I think it was probably 5 or 6 of those people
yeah,
probably had the bigger say, and everybody else is just happy that they were involved in it.
right,
This is
sure,
what I think, because I'm like, look, I personally know 3 people that are in that Discord that were part. I'm like, there ain't no way that they didn't
yeah,
have a hand on most of that. And then
yeah,
I know of like 2 or 3 of the other ones. I don't know them personally, but I know that they've got phenomenal palates. I'm like, there ain't no way that probably 6 of those people, they were, this is their cigar. Everybody
yeah,
else is just happy to be a part of it.
yeah. I'm just happy to have my name on the band, baby.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Man, great cigar, Justin. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no problem,
I
man.
enjoyed the cigar. I think that y'all will too. You know, you can. I have links to everything Bune down in the description. I made it easy for you to connect on social media. Of course, you know, you can find his cigars at Luxury Cigar Club. You can find him at Wolfpack Cigar Club. You mentioned one earlier.
Yeah, the Cigar
Cigar
Vault
Vault.
Oakdale. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you can find them out there if you want to check out Label Boy. Very good cigar, man. Good cigar. Just kind of know the first half of the cigar is just kind of setting you up for something very special in that second half, because I've the second half
It's got to build
complete
up, man. You know?
it's a complete the second half is a completely different cigar. And if if you loved a retro, this is a retro lover cigar. Like from start to finish, the retro, mm,
Yeah.
10 out of 10 on the retro flavor.
Cool, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Um, I'm glad you also enjoyed Anti-Drama Drama Club. That was another one of our releases this year. I think there are still a couple of those floating around as well in the space.
Out in the
So
space. Yeah.
yeah,
That was another good cigar, and the people from the social media lounge Cypher took it and made that picture look even better than the picture
yeah.
I took.
Well, and so funny enough, like for those that know, right? No, Label Boy was actually supposed to come out before Anti-Drama Drama Club because Anti-Drama Drama Club was supposed to be like piggybacked off of this. Like, no, we're not here for drama. Like, what are you talking about? No, no. But it just didn't work out that way, and it didn't really matter. They're both
the
great
the
cigars.
it's somebody on the Cypher Lounge post at it. So that's a funny. I wonder what it means. I go, if you're in the industry, you get the reference. If you don't, it's just a funny band name, and you're
Yeah,
like, oh, that's great. But if you're in the industry, you find it's hilarious.
yeah. Or if like in 2023 you opened up anything cigar related media. And I mean, I'm petty, dude. Like,
Yeah,
I'll wait. I'll
I
wait
was
three
on the
years to bust a.
receiving end. I was on the
Yeah.
receiving end of one of that just because of a
Yeah.
review. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't have an opinion. You have to
No, you're
be
not
part of
allowed
the
to.
you have to follow everything the leader of the cult says. I'm
Correct.
like, I gave an honest opinion. I didn't
Yeah,
say
but
I didn't trash anything. I just gave an honest opinion.
opinions other than thy leaders are not conducive to the cult lifestyle.
Oh yeah. I took a trashing on that.
You did. It was awesome.
That was my most watched video I had
Yeah.
ever. They get 35,000 views,
Yeah. I mean, free publicity is amazing. I love it.
and then that's what I got from the half-assed apology on there. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're right. You probably should. You're right. I overreacted on that, but hey, I got you clicks. I'm like, yeah, and
Yeah.
you publicly trashed me.
Yeah, no, that's always the excuse for acting like an asshole is yeah, but look what you gain from it. First of all, shut up. I live rent free in your head, so that's cool. And second of all, like 505 is probably if the nicest person in the cigar reviewing space out there ever. So it was like super out of left field because everyone was just like, how are you gonna bash on this dude? How are you gonna bash on Daniel, man? Like he's got nothing bad to say about anybody, and he didn't even wasn't even disrespectful about it.
I said it was interesting. I go, I could see this. I said this is a cigar that you're either really going to like it or you're really not going to like it. It's going to be for you or not for you. For me, it's not for me. The flavor profiling just doesn't mesh what I like. It's an interesting cigar. It's a good cigar, just not for me. But I think you should go check it out and buy it and find out for yourself. I never said anything bad. Oh, this
Yeah.
is. I was just like, hey, man, it's not for me, but you should go buy it and check it out for yourself. And then
Right.
I took a trashing. I was just like, I can't believe it. And 500 comments, 35,000 views, with 500 people saying, I don't know why he was trashing you. You didn't say anything bad. I'm like,
I don't know.
because I said his baby was ugly. That's essentially why he trashed me.
Yeah.
That was his baby.
Yeah. Well, to each their own, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I got your clicks. It ain't about the clicks. The fact that you publicly trash me, you give me a half-assed apology in a text message. And then you don't even issue a public apology.
But could you imagine being that miserable as a human being and just how sad that would be?
And then he comes up to me at PCA and tries to dab me up like we're bros.
Yeah, I don't think that went well.
No, bro, you don't get to dab me up. No, man. They didn't work like that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, fuck it. Yeah, you don't get to dab me up after you trash me. You couldn't even issue a public apology. Nah, man, no. No, you have to send me a text message and a half-assed one.
Well, my understanding was he was trying to dab up anybody who would. He was pretty desperate for some welcoming hands out there. So, like I said,
well,
being that miserable's got to be not a good place to be. So,
well, and all you can do when
I'll pray for you.
when 90% of what you put out is exclusive are AJ and Eric's seconds and thirds.
Yeah.
To each their own, I guess, man.
To each their own.
To each their own. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah,
it was an honor having you back on the show. Congratulations last year on the top 10 Drooly Award with heavy metal. It's
awesome.
Anybody out there watching, if you can find one, trust me, you're going to be mad that you don't have a bunch of them, man. It was so good.
There is a store in Texas that has some. I don't know if there's. I know they ship to like some states. I think it just kind of depends on that state's laws, but I know that they've slowed down on shipping. But if you can reach out to Club Humidor on San Pedro in San Antonio, Texas, they might be able to get you some.
There we go.
Only place I know that has them, and I don't know how many they have.
Awesome. Yeah, it was such a good cigar, man, and you know, as I was working on that top 10 list, and that cigar just kept coming back into my head over and over again, and then as I was altering the list and finalizing it, it just kept making that cut. It just kept making that cut.
That's I'll be honest with you. Like your top 10, a lot of everyone comes out with their list at the end of the year, and it's like whatever, like who paid who, blah blah blah. But your list, I actually look forward to seeing every year because it's brands that need it, and it's brands that get an honest shake out of it without having to buy 15 pages in a magazine.
Nobody pays me for nothing, man. It's all.
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool to see. I get excited for it.
It's just it's like I smoke a lot of cigars, and so the fact that you made something memorable that I smoked a lot of throughout the year, it was well-deserved honor, man. Like it wasn't a matter of it not making it because it just kept coming back on all the drafts. It was where's it going to land on there, and that final week before all the cigars that were in the top that I had in the top 15, I smoked again to just kind of finalize where everything was going to sit. And I'm like, where's this going to get? And as I started making the list, and yours wound up there in that number 8 spot, man, it was just
because we've had a couple honorable mentions, man. I think that was the first time that we cracked it. So that was pretty awesome. That was cool. That was that's one of those keep going moments, those are the why we do them. So
it was a well-deserved honor, man. It was a very good cigar.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate everything you do, and appreciate you having us on whenever we want, basically. So,
man, I'm
doing great
always
stuff.
happy.
Keep doing it,
right, man. I'm always happy to have you on. You do fantastic work, and your cigars speak for themselves, man. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime, man. Let us know if you need anything, and we'll look forward to seeing where we land this year. Yeah, man.
That's it for today, guys. Thank you to everybody. YouTube, I guess, eventually corrected itself. So wherever you watched, it's here. Otherwise, you can catch the replay Wednesday over on Rumble. If you missed any of it, it'll be in its entirety over there. Next Monday, there will be a show. I just don't know about the guest. It all depends if he gets back to Hong Kong in time to be able to make the show. So there will be something next week. I just don't know what. So you'll have to tune in and find out. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Take care. Be safe out there. Don't do anything Bune and I wouldn't do because we're sweet and innocent boys.
Yeah.
And we'll see y'all later.